Alex Scarlatos was one of 3 American servicemen who stopped a terrorist from killing countless passengers on a European train, an act of heroism memorialized in Clint Eastwood's The 1517 to Paris.
And even though we were in an area that doesn't have a Second Amendment and is much more hostile to civilian gun ownership, the terrorist was able to get a fully automatic AK-47 and a handgun.
J.T. Lewis lost his 6-year-old brother Jesse to the Sandy Hook shooter, who took time to reload in Jesse's classroom.
In that interval, Jesse yelled out for his classmates to run, and 9 of them did, and he's credited with saving 9 lives. Now I want everyone in the media to look behind you and around you. We're all protected here by armed officers. They're here for the representatives behind me, great people. But don't you think that my brother deserved the same liberties that they have right here? The same protection in their schools?
Tony Perkins told how a man came to his Family Research Council offices armed to kill.
D.C. gun control laws did not prevent him from carrying a 9mm pistol and 100 rounds of ammunition, along with 15 Chick-fil-A sandwiches he intended to stuff into the mouths of his victims. Because of D.C. gun laws, there was no one in our building that had a gun that could stop him.
Violence is violence, and guns aren't the problem. The only people that obey the law are law-abiding citizens, so if you're planning mass murder, gun control laws obviously won't stop you.
One sheriff pointed out presidential candidate Beto O'Rourke might find police won't go along with his promise to confiscate everyone's AR-15s.
When we say that we're going to defend the Constitution, we're not going door to door and confiscating guns. That's not what the Constitution says. It says shall not be infringed.
Tea Party Patriots head Jenny Beth Martin could have lost her own sons had police not prevented an attack.
2 students at their school had detailed plans to mass murder their peers.
Still, Martin opposes gun control measures she says won't actually stop killers.
I categorically reject efforts by Democrats or Republicans to trample on the rights of innocent Americans when we know what works and we know what doesn't.
You have a right to defend yourself against wrongdoers and also against a tyrannical government. That's what the Second Amendment was about.
It is the last bulwark against tyranny in the world. Everywhere we have seen in the history of mankind, a disarmed population results in tyranny. Tyranny over the mind of man. Tyranny over our liberties.
The question is whether this force will have a final say when gun legislation comes up for a vote. Paul Strand, CBN News, Washington.